We are back with another episode of the Forsyth Magazines podcast. And today I have Joy Thomas, the founder and executive director of one of my favorite nonprofits in all the world, Lead Girls of North Carolina. Hey, Joy.
Hey, Brooke.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I think it's been a while since you've been on here. I know you've been on before, but it's been years.
It has been years.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
So Joy is so modest, but she founded this incredible nonprofit. How many years ago now?
Can you believe next year will be 9 years?
Wow.
2,100 girls have been served through Lead Girls of NC.
That's amazing. So I just wanted you to give your quick little elevator speech for when people say, well, what is Lead Girls? How do you answer that?
So Lead Girls of NC is just really committed to increasing self-efficacy, decreasing at-risk behaviors, and really working within Title I schools and community to make sure girls have the tools and resources that they need. You know, we believe that oftentimes those resources don't match their limitless potential. And so it's how do we provide a space for girls to really thrive and feel safe to navigate all life challenges that come our way as women. And so
There's a lot of them.
lots of them.
Yeah. And you said y'all have helped how many girls?
So we have helped, it will be 9 years of service, 2,100 girls.
That is incredible. You should be so proud of that.
I know
you're responsible, but you also have an incredible team behind you. You want to talk about your team?
I do. I always think there's not a position that I have not done being the founder.
Yeah.
I'm sure you probably understand that as well. But I do have an amazing team. I have now have grown my team to almost about 12.
Wow.
On my staff in different capacities, whether it's full-time, part-time, and I have some contracted providers as well. So it is, but we are really committed to girls and how we impact girls and families, and so we are really intentionally looking at that as we grow.
Yeah. And you also just moved into a gorgeous new space.
We did. It's like our little home.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I went to the open house and I knew it was going to be incredible, but I was like just completely blown away. It's awesome.
It's so funny because the girls and the parents are like, they feel like it's their space. I could think of a time one of our girls had got out of camp and the parents were coming for a cooking class that we were hosting, and the young girl went to her mom and said, "Why are you here? Like, I can just stay a couple hours and when you come." And she just stayed and hung out in the Zen Zone, and so that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
We actually had one parent said, "We need to put a gym in here," and I'm like, "I'm not sure where," but they feel like it really is a safe space, the parents and the girls, and that's exactly what we want.
That's perfect. I mean, you guys, no detail went unnoticed. Like even the murals in the bathroom doors are painted with inspiring quotes. I mean, come on, it is amazing.
We wanted it to be inspiration. You know, I think so often our girls face real challenges. School and different environments can be so negative, and it's just like, how do we counter those interactions with something very positive, and for them to be very proud of it, because without them we wouldn't be doing this work.
Yeah.
And I want a Lead Girl to someday be the executive director of Lead, and that is my hopes.
Because you can't do it forever. I mean,
no.
You're like, absolutely not.
I'm sure I'll be involved in some way, but I'll be that old board member that they're like, "Oh, Lord, she's a lifetime board member," but definitely
she'll be in her 90s on the board, attending board meetings. I love it.
For sure.
But that's just, you're passionate about it, and it takes 0.2 seconds of chatting with you to see how passionate you are about Lead Girls, and it's just contagious. I love it.
Thank you.
And I love to see, too, that you've really, the networking that you do and the people that you meet, so many people that I know and people that I've met have started supporting Lead Girls over the years. Like, you've just really grown your reach, I guess, of people that know about your nonprofit.
Yeah, and that, honestly, Brooke, that has been a prayer of mine. It's like, we can't do this work without a village. Yeah. It takes real champions to step up. And, I think the other thing is what people have to realize is like long-term commitment to philanthropy. We wish, we wish you could have this, tremendous impact in 1 year. And we have had substantial impact, and we see it in the data that we collect. But when we talk about really changing the community, it takes individuals getting behind this work and saying, I'm committed, I'm with you. I know this is a long-term strategy, and this is how we get there together. We can't do it, we can't do it without champions really rallying behind this, women and girls.
Yeah. Yeah. And one thing I love about you too is you're always so excited and open to new ideas, to crazy ideas. Like, I've never seen Joy turn something down or be like, no, that won't. Like, you're always like, let's do it. Let's figure it out. This is great. Like, you're just always so open.
I am. I believe that, we come around a table and we have to think, everybody brings a different perspective. And so when we gather around a table, we're thinking about things, it really comes back to, if it's centered around our mission and it's sustainable, why not try it? Within parameters, of course, but it's just being committed to our mission and our girls and impacting them. They deserve a chance to be the next Brooke and all the wonderful women in the community, leaders here in our community. And it's just making sure that they're prepared to step into our places.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you have some exciting projects going on right now. I know we had a call recently with Jody Brim, and they had a great time. I saw this a couple weeks ago.
They did.
At Jody's, and I'm coming to do something with the magazine soon. It's really cool how you pull in these business owners to teach these girls and to have them learn from the community. It's cool.
And I think a lot of is for them to see we wanna retain good quality workers and people here in our community, and that really creates a very healthy ecosystem. And so part of the thinking is with the STEAM program is really to think about showing girls a real path right here. And you don't have to go, granted, everybody wants to be big city, and but you don't have to go to and I'm not going to knock anybody, but a Charlotte or a Raleigh, but you can stay right here, and there are real paths for you.
And there's so many options. You don't have to be a nurse or a teacher, or there's so many other things you can do.
Right. And I think it's those skills that our girls can wrap their heads around. This generation coming behind us is very different, and it's like, how do you make sure you fill up their cup with the skills? And the other thing is, there was research that showed just the decline in girls going into STEAM fields. Mm-hmm. And, there's research that shows that girls by the age of 6 are told that they can't do certain things. And I just feel like we could disrupt that thinking and show girls you can. And then that entrepreneurial kind of thinking. Yeah. Who doesn't want to hire somebody that has that kind of entrepreneurial mindset, even within a business? So it's been exciting, and they get excited to see just dynamic women throughout the community.
Yeah, I would have loved a program like that. Like, it's as a kid, that's because what age group are most of your lead girls?
So most of them are middle school. Okay. So that's 6th through 8th grade. So right around like 11 to 14.
Okay, which that's a pivotal age and a tough age.
Very tough.
I wouldn't go back to that age for all the money in the world.
You or me neither. I think about it, I was bullied real bad in elementary and some of middle, and it's just thinking, if you don't have a very safe space, how do you navigate life in a healthy way? I think about it as grown women. We sit and try to find our space, and so how do we create that for girls and give them the tools to navigate, again, life's challenges and just feel comfortable in their skin, and they're being authentic about who they are. And it's okay to show up, whether you have straight hair or curly hair, or if you're a size 10 or a size 24, whatever it is, but that you feel good with who you are.
And to have mentors to help you with those things.
Absolutely.
Positive influences. Yeah.
To have women or men, because we need men. We need men too. To in the community saying, "I see you, and I know you can do it."
Yeah, yeah. It's so interesting to think about as a woman. I was seeing something online recently with the election stuff about how women couldn't even vote until just some crazy. It hasn't been that long, and I was like, I feel privileged that I never really have thought about that, but women have not had the same privileges that men have had.
Oh,
like
yeah.
for sure. And it's just interesting to think about how much has changed in such a relatively short amount of time.
Right, yeah, and that's a whole nother episode. We'll probably need multiple episodes to get into all of that, but it is. But I also think women, research shows women are better business owners, better lead. Like there are lots of things that women do well, and so it just, it becomes creating that confidence to know. Like I am supposed to do this. I think.
And confidence is key because if you don't have the confidence, you're not going to start.
You're not.
Yeah. So I think you guys, lead girls, helping them build that confidence is absolutely crucial.
It is. I think I was telling someone this whole idea of, fake it till you make it. I'm like, no, build your confidence and foundation and you can do anything. Because, at some point it will, creep in and you have to be able to redirect those thoughts that come in your head. And so it really is important for our girls to really get those tangible skills in their box.
Yeah.
Early.
That's special. I love that. So I know you guys have some exciting things coming up for the holidays. I want to talk about that briefly.
Oh, yeah. So,
lady.
So holiday for her is really a special initiative. It is somewhat new to this year. We've always done something very special for our girls around winter time, especially when we know they're going on breaks. Anytime our girls go on break, from the time they start to they go on breaks, we try to put together these kits of things that we know they might need, feminine products, some snacks, different things. And but we had a supporter that came to us, and she had been, she's an amazing supporter of ours. So she had actually been going to every school program that we have. And mind you, we have 9, really more than that, 9 schools we go to, not counting total programs. She would go to every one of them and do something special for every single girl. And so finally she came and she said, well, what if we rethink how we've been doing this? And I'm like,
I could use some help.
Right. And so we came up with this idea of just a boutique style experience, but also really hitting on the necessities. We surveyed our girls and we said, what are some things that you want? And some of the things were so basic, like hair gel and just basic necessities. And we thought, we might be onto something here. And so holiday for her is two parts. So we have the November where we will give boxes of Thanksgiving food to some families, and then December will be like a boutique style experience. We have amazing partners where girls will get an outfit for the winter time. We'll get some basic necessities, some STEM kits. So we encourage that learning throughout the break. And so it's just a good time to really love and celebrate our girls and let them know, like, we love you. Like, we're here for you and we want to celebrate you too.
So if for our listeners, how could we help as far as donations or volunteering, or what are some options for that?
Right. So you can get right on our website, www.leadgirls.org, and on the donate page, there is something where you can donate and allocate it to holiday for her.
Okay.
We're also looking for businesses to host boxes. If you have let's say a group and you and your friends want to put together some items, we have a very comprehensive wish list of items as well. And
we're collecting items at our December Girls Night Out event, which I'm really excited about.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that too. And the other thing is you can reach out to us to think about how to sponsor if you have the capacity and want to support more girls.
Okay. That's awesome. And I know you guys have like sponsorship options where you can do something like a recurring something, or you can do one time. There's plenty of options, right?
Right. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think one thing for sure is that, I can say Lead is a very good steward of what we have, and I'm really committed to our impact. And so there is that opportunity to jump on and say, I want to see this grow over the next 2 years, 3 years. I want Lead to be around the next 10 years. And so there's that being a monthly donor, which you turn into a Leader Circle member. There's lots of perks to be a Leader Circle member, or you can give one time. I feel like no gift is too small when you're thinking about changing a life.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Well, Joy, thank you so much for coming to chat with us. I always love connecting with you, seeing your smiling face and your passion about Lead Girls.
Thank you, Brooke, for having me.
Yeah. So be sure to learn more about Lead Girls online at leadgirls.org. And you guys are on Instagram too?
We're on Instagram, Facebook.
Lead Girls of NC on Instagram and Facebook. Check them out. If you have not heard about this nonprofit, it's amazing. They're doing amazing things.
If you've not heard, where have you been?
Yeah, they're just blowing up, and I'm so proud of it. It's incredible.
It takes partners like you.
That's right. It takes a village.
It does take a village.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Joy.
Thank you.
As always, you can find Forsyth Mags online at forsythmags.com, and you'll find some Lead Girls content in there pretty frequently. And you can find us on social media as well at Forsyth Mags. And that is a wrap for today. The views and opinions stated on this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our distributors or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Forsyth Magazines Incorporated. Ooh, that's a mouthful.